Hi, everybody. My hair is
Hi.
very big this episode. It's very big.
I
But
like it though. Yeah.
thank you, girl.
Welcome.
I'm going all natural today with no products. Just looking crazy. But anyway, y'all, welcome to Collard Greens and Sushi.
Collard and sushi. We're back
She
here.
is Kelsey. I am Melinda. We are happy to have you guys here. Kelsey, what's going on?
I was gonna say really nothing, just the same usual stuff that you will be super busy with. Shore has a upcoming school trip,
Okay.
and there's just a million things you have to prepare because it's an overnight trip, so you got
Oh,
to prepare stuff. Yeah, they're going. I forgot where they're going. They're going somewhere for a
so
night.
so is this her first overnight trip?
No, just the first overnight trip with the new school. So
Okay.
yeah, she's been
Okay.
on overnight trips before and they had a blast, had a lot of fun.
Really?
Yeah. They go different places in Japan, and they have them stay at what do they call them? I think they like pension, like basically like lodging for essentially for school trips, but in the past when it was with like her friend groups, she was really excited for it because she had kind of knew who's gonna be in the room and da da
Right.
da, and like
Right.
they take playing cards and face mask and do kind of fun
Aw.
stuff. But I think because it's a new school
Yeah.
and there are many unknowns,
Right.
also there's so many students.
Right.
The school is her grade is huge, the school is huge, so
Okay.
and they're leaving on the weekend, which is interesting. Usually it would be during the week, but they're leaving
Week.
on the
Right.
weekend. And so she's like, I need this, I need that. And yeah, so there's that. But it's gonna be
Uh,
exciting, I'm sure,
to live in a country that provides for their students. Oh, what a dream. What a dream that would just,
They
oh, wow.
I will
That,
say they have a million rules though. Like so
of
many like
course.
the backpacks can only be like black, white or cream or gray. So if you're a colorful person, as we are often,
Mm.
any color you can't have, no, you can't go with no yellow backpack, no orange backpack. Like it's got to
So
be these three colors.
that's interesting. What's the relevance of the color specific? Like, there's just no rhyme or reason. It just
I'm
we have to.
sure there is, but I'm like, I don't know.
That's
I imagine if you're young kids, like if you are in a daycare or a kindergarten, like a Yochin or a Hoikuen, you probably want the kids to all have the same type of backpack so they're easy to
right.
see,
To
right?
see,
So
right? Of course,
like,
of
okay,
course.
this is, our school. But if it's a
Right.
black, gray, or a white backpack, that could be
That could
anybody.
be anybody. I was gonna say, I feel like I would rather it be a loud color because
Yeah,
that's why I always, you know how I feel about the bolshis. So bolshi is
right.
hat in Japanese, y'all. I have this thing where maybe it's just the motherly instinct, the old early education teacher in me. But when
Right.
the young children, they wear these little hats to, of course, like identify them or protect them from the sun and all this. When they have their little hats on, I go crazy. But those little
They do
hats
look
are
really cute.
usually a bright color. It's usually a yellow. I've
We
seen
had one around here.
orange. I even saw some. They had like pink hats. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you said. It's something bright. So of course,
Right.
as a teacher, as a former teacher myself, that was
Mm.
always something. Okay, let me make sure I keep track of my kids. I'm able to
Your
keep a head
hats.
count. So, like you said, backpack could be
Yeah.
color that anybody could have. You could be anybody. I mean, y'all all short.
Right.
Y'all,
And yeah, exactly.
know,
And they're not
Japanese don't.
wearing their
You
uniform
you
either.
could
So
have like
that
a 22-year-old in the midst of them. Nobody would know.
so that's the thing. It's like I think there's no like uniform requirement as well too. So I'm just like,
Oh Lord,
I
anybody
just
who?
work here. You know, I
Okay,
just live
y'all, who
here.
came up with Japan? I love you, but yeah, sometimes you just really be backwards with your stuff. Like sometimes y'all be on it, and other times I have to look at you like, what the hell are you talking about? Because this
What
makes no sense whatsoever.
I have no idea. So I just said, okay, well, you know, and so the backpack that she usually uses for school,
Mhm.
she doesn't want to take that one because she wants like a bigger one to put more stuff in.
Okay,
I've noticed a lot of the backpacks that kids use here are like rectangular shaped. Like they use like, I don't know how to explain it. Like
like a
there's a
laptop bag.
kind of, but it's a backpack style, but it's real rectangular and boxy. I compare it to like the Uber Eats delivery bag. I don't know if y'all have that in the
Yeah,
States.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so and she doesn't like those. She's
Okay,
just unique. She's very unique. She didn't want to use a Uber Eats bag because she was like, then everybody would know it was me. And I said, okay, we looked on Amazon. I
right.
thought the Uber Eats bag was just a big backpack. It's
Yeah,
insulated. And I was like,
yes,
listen, you are
yeah.
not using this bag. And she was like, that's cool. I want to use that. And I was just like, no.
She's thinking outside of the Uber Eats box. Like,
But I'm like, you're gonna show up with an Uber Eats bag and everybody's gonna I just said no. First of all, it's not meant for that purpose of carrying
right,
your
right.
clothes. Second of all, no, that was
I
it.
mean, that's original.
It
I will say
it is
that.
original, right? But it is also very like, yeah, so anyways, there's all that. But yeah, I mean, I think she's excited for the trip, so, you know,
Good,
find out what happens and
good,
hopefully they have a good time and do stuff. So, but it's
good.
just preparing for that. As
Yeah,
you know, like preparing for
I do.
anything with school, they need a million and one things with their name on it, you know, in separate bags to
Right,
make sure it's not
right.
lost. And
Yeah, I feel
a
like
few
the
ooh,
prep
Alexa,
time
stop.
anytime with your kids is just it's so time consuming, and then finally when the day comes, everything just feels really fast. Like
Right, exactly.
yeah, like this school year when we went to camp, it was so much. It's so much prep, so much prep.
Right.
When Messiah went to Japan, with school, by himself, so much prep, so much prep. But literally, when it happened, it was just like, oh, that's it. Oh, okay, okay, bye.
Yeah, because they get on the
Um,
bus or whatever, and then you're just like,
and that's
okay,
it. And it was
okay.
just like, oh, so
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Prep time. Well, you know what? I think about that with like any trip though. I think because I work in a travel industry, it's a little different for me and I've learned kind of like how to streamline everything. So for me, I can pack in 5 minutes, like
I
literally
know, I'm
pack in five
jealous.
minutes and be done.
I
Most
am
people do
jealous of
have
that.
to they have to do that whole, oh, I gotta plan it out. Wait, is this the right size? Oh, is security gonna take this? Oh, can I bring this on the plane? Oh, wait, how many outfits do I need? What's the weather gonna be like? Like, so I get it
Mhm.
with when it comes to trips, travel, whether it's domestic, whether it's a road trip, whether it's international. So I get that. I
But I think for you, like when okay, so when you guys pack to come to Japan, is it like the meme or like the reel that people have where they just have a suitcase, they open up it's like we're going to Japan, they just throw a passport in there. Is that what is like like you come empty
um
handed, you're like, I'll get whatever I need when I get there.
so most of the time for the kids, yes. Now that's the thing because I need clothes. There's no clothes in Japan that's gonna fit me. Unless I find the very, very, very few plus size places. And
Mm,
usually like it's not really a style that I want. Or I might get some menswear like a t-shirt or maybe
mhm,
pants or something like that that really sticks out. Um that was something I told the kids. I was like, don't pack a lot. I was like, don't pack a lot because guess what? You're going to end up shopping. And that's exactly what they ended up doing. They ended up
right.
having, really Messiah got like a whole new wardrobe while we were there. Like,
Mm,
and what did I have to do? I had to end up vacuum sealing all the clothes to make everything fit, or else it was go out and buy some more suitcases.
right, right. Yeah.
Japan definitely is that kind of place where it's like, yeah, you can actually go and just shop till you drop. Literally shop till you
Mhm.
drop. So, um, but yeah, for me, no, I had outfits. I had
You had
outfits packed.
outfits. Okay.
Outfits were packed and planned, and I was ready because like I said, I knew there wasn't going to be anything to accommodate me as far as clothing wise. Now I did get accessories. Um, I got the snacks. I got the little things. I got stuff like that. Same thing. Yui, she got a lot of clothes. Not as many as Messiah. Messiah went ham. He went ham.
Yeah.
He went
I
ham,
think
and
that's
he'll
easy
probably
to do. Yeah.
yeah, and they'll probably go ham again when we come back next month. So Yui's already like, yeah, I want to get these pants, I want to get these like she's already said it. Like so I'm like, okay, so we already know. Pack the minimum, pack the
Yeah, so you
minimum.
don't run out of space.
Exactly. So you can bring back the maximum. So
I don't know. When I go home as of recent, I don't really buy that much.
much.
And I think it's because like my tastes have changed.
Yes.
So but I do miss seasonings and spices. I feel
That's
like
true.
the States has, every time someone comes to visit, I'm like, bring me that Trader Joe's,
Yep.
everything but the bagel. I
Me
even asked you
too.
to mail
You
that. That
love it.
is the
But you
ultimate.
know what? That everything but the bagel, ladies and gentlemen. If you
Hmm.
don't go to Trader Joe's, if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you, or you need a reason to go to Trader Joe's, please go and get that everything bagel seasoning. Because Kelsey's absolutely right. You can put that
Yes.
on almost anything. Like
Anything.
it's amazing. It's so good.
Amazing.
But
And
you're
I've
right.
never even had an everything bagel
Bagel,
before.
bagel.
I've never even had that before. So yeah, but that's seasoning. And then the ones you gave me, like there's ranch, because ranch is not a thing here.
Mm,
There's a few, so seasonings. I really do miss
yeah,
seasonings. Garlic salt. I think you
the
sent me one of
garlic salt.
those.
Yep.
Another friend sent me like a bunch. She brought a bunch over when she came to visit.
Mm,
I really miss seasonings and
seasonings. Yeah.
spices.
And I
Yeah,
think
you just can't find them.
well, also because I think of your job, you do have access to American things too. I think
Mm,
if that was kind of taken away, because that was for me, I think, well, I'm trying to think. When I lived in Japan, no, my biggest thing was clothing. It was
yeah,
always I need bras. Japan's never gonna accommodate me when it comes to undergarments. Like I need bras. Like I can't buy
right.
bras over here. That's
Hmm.
really gonna do me right. And clothes. It was, and I could get, like I said, stuff here and there, but that's usually what I would shop for um when I went back to America. And certain little snacks, like certain snacks that I couldn't get in Japan. But you're right, there was really nothing,
Yeah,
that
I
I
think
really
you can
wanted.
go to like here. A lot of the places that I would go to are like Nishin, and what's the other place? National Azabu, those
Mhm.
markets, or like National Denon. They have like everything that you want
Mm,
from any country,
right.
perfectly organized, but you're gonna pay for it.
You're
But that's
definitely
something I like to
gonna
do anyways. When
yeah,
I go, is to go to a supermarket, go to a grocery
yeah,
store in other countries anyways. So
yeah,
that's
that's true.
something.
That's true. But yeah, I definitely think Japan's got the upper hand when you come to visit. Because you literally are buying everything. And like I said, even though I didn't buy clothing, I bought hella stuff. And even now I'm like, oh, I should have got this. I should have got that. I
Mm.
needed this. I still need that. I need to go back and get blah, blah, blah. So even for myself, like I have the list ready.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
ship
that's
back.
important.
I'm gonna use that FedEx discount that I got. I gotta send this kitchen stuff back. Like, yeah. So
I hate Don Quixote with a passion. Like I hate going in there. It's
why?
noisy. It's sensory overload. I just
It
feel
is.
like what Don Quixote is, a place you do not want to be if there is an earthquake, because I feel like everything will fall on you, kill you. They'll find you like months later under a rubble of whatever. I just hate Don Quixote, but that is the place to go if you want to find anything.
That's
Like
a
if
fair
there's
point.
something when you
That's
come
a
here
fair
and you're like, I want to be able to buy all flavors of the Kit Kats, face mask, socks with little sumo people on it, a schoolgirl costume,
point. Mm-hmm.
just all sorts of random stuff. Oh,
Right.
and while I'm there, I also want to get like a Hanko stamp with my name on.
Yep.
Just You can get it at I'm like, oh, Don Quixote is
Yeah,
the place to go.
yeah,
It's the
literally.
place you should go to.
You
But
could probably
I never go there for my regular
yeah,
life. But if there is ever, I'm like, where can I get that? And then she was like,
Donkey.
oh, what about Donkey? And I'm like, I didn't even think it. Let me go over
You
there.
can literally get you're right. You can get
Everything.
everything at Donkey. Um and the funny thing is that's one of the things that I miss because I miss that damn song.
Oh, I hate
Um
that song. Dun,
I
dun,
know
dun,
dum dum
dun,
Donkey
dun.
Donkey Hotel.
No,
But
I
it's
hate
so
like
funny because the
mm-mm.
Japanese market that I normally go to here in LA,
Mm-hmm.
they must have some kind of association with Don Quixote because the little mask, the little penguin mascot, he'll
Mm-hmm.
be throughout the store. And when I'm
Mm.
heading to the register, the song is playing.
Oh
So
God.
literally, I'm in the just like dun 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 dun. Dun, put contact, got my basket,
Oh
stuff
God,
in
no.
it. Like I
Mm-mm.
miss it. So,
It is not the
um,
life.
but
Like,
you,
because I think here he's everywhere throughout the store. They
mm,
have so many of those things playing that song, so you
yeah,
can't escape it. Also, the aisles are really small and there's stuff packed in everywhere.
yeah,
Like I feel like there's
yeah.
stuff everywhere. But I was looking for a shampoo that we used and it was like the summer edition. And that's the thing that's really big in Japan is like seasonal editions or
Seasonal
special
things, which I
editions.
love. Yeah, like
Yeah, I do.
Starbucks.
But if you
Yeah,
really like something and you
and you
don't
can't.
buy 30 of them, you
Yeah,
will never see it again until that season or that special comes around again. And
that's
so we were
true.
looking for it. And that's where we
That's
found it
true.
was at Don Quixote.
That's true. I feel like going back to Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's does that. They have seasonal items.
Okay.
Like today, I was really craving like mochi cake, like
Hmm.
Hawaiian mochi cake, and Trader Joe's actually had a mochi cake mix that we've made before, and I was like,
Oh, you
oh, I'm
can
gonna
make
get
it.
that. Went today. No, season's over. It won't be back till next year. So I'm like, oh
Wow.
god,
Yeah.
no more
Okay.
mochi cake. So the same thing, I've got to wait until next year to get it again. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah. That's the
Uh,
one thing. But you know what? When you come over, I mean, I don't know if this is a thing for people here, but I always bring those bags from Trader Joe's. And my girlfriend just visited not that long ago. She brought me some Trader Joe's like lunch bags
mhm.
and the tote bags. Just the little cheap tote bags that
Yeah,
I don't know how much it costs there, but you just can throw stuff in.
in there,
I
yeah.
was using one for when we go to like the gym and we have to put the extra clothes in there during swim lessons.
Right.
And like so many moms are like, "Oh, where did you buy that on Mercari? Oh, where can we get it?" And I'm just like, "Is there a Trader Joe's here?" And I'm like, "No, someone brought it
No.
from the States." I looked on Mercari, which is like a resale site. Do y'all have that
Yeah.
in the States? Okay, okay.
So
So
I
people
don't
are
think we have it in the States, but
okay.
I use that to buy Yui Takama this for
Okay,
graduation.
okay.
So that's where we got it from.
That's where you got it from.
Yep.
People are selling these Trader Joe bags, girl,
Really?
for like 4,000 yen. And I know it didn't cost no 4,000 yen.
It
What is that,
didn't. Do
like
you want me to bring you a
20,
bunch?
30?
Because I can, and we can make some
Oh,
money
I
off
said
of it.
maybe we need to start selling them. The lunch bags, the insulated lunch bags from Trader Joe's. I don't know
Yeah.
how much they cost, but people are selling them for crazy prices. And what's funny is that
Yeah.
people are using these as purses,
I can see that.
which I'm
I can
just kind of
see that.
like, I mean, you use what you use, but
Right.
it's just very interesting. So my parents always send me echo bags, like those, we call them my bags over here. That's what the store calls it. Like they're always like, do you have your bag? Do you have my bag? And you're like, yes, my bag, arimasu, or whatever. But people sell them for crazy prices. And it's those bags from any sort of special stores. I've seen someone carrying Ralph's shopping bags, and there's no Ralph's over here. Um,
Hmm.
just different stores. Do they have Wegmans? I got a few
Oh, my
Wegmans bags
Weggies.
myself.
Oh,
People
I
use
miss my
them.
Weggies. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a big thing, I
That's
guess.
interesting. I do
Mhm.
use reusable bags. I honestly, I don't have any. I think I used to have one Trader Joe's bag, and they actually gave it to me. But I do use reusable bags,
Mhm.
or my bag.
Mhm.
I use those. I will say I do need more insulated bags. I think I only
Mhm.
have one, and that's usually the one that I use for obviously the frozen stuff. Anything that's
Right.
frozen or anything that's chilled, that's what I use it for. But I actually use a big ass IKEA bag normally when I go shopping because it's
Mhm.
huge. Like it's a big
Yeah.
canvas bag, and that's what I use. Not the blue one, but it's like a cloth canvas bag, and I
Oh,
use
okay.
that
Okay. I
because it's
haven't seen that.
humongous and I can fit everything that I need and then some
Mhm.
in there. But I should start stocking up on these damn Trader Joe's bag and go on Amerikai and start
Yep.
selling
Especially the
reusable bags
insulated
from
ones.
the
Those
US.
sell out.
That
The
could be
ones that
my
sell out.
hustle.
Mhm. Yeah, the ones that
That could
really
be
are
my
really
hustle.
popular, like the insulated ones or the little
Uh-huh.
canvas ones. And I'm just like, maybe I should have sold these online, but that takes time, to set
Girl.
everything up and get your storefronts and all that. We have
Right.
huge Costco bags. That's what we use for the what do you call it? When we go to do like wash blankets and things like that at the
Yeah,
coin
which makes
laundry.
sense at the laundromat. Yeah. You know what? I don't even shop at Costco as much as I should. I have a membership and I
Hmm.
don't really shop at Costco. Mainly because our place is so small. I feel like I don't have any
Right.
room for anything. Like I need bulk things, but I don't have any room to put bulk things. Like I don't. I
You're
have
like, I
no
need it, but
I
I
need
don't
it,
have room.
but
Hmm.
I have no room to put anything. I really have to learn to utilize space a little bit
Hmm.
better. I think,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like my pantry, my refrigerator. I'm looking at it now. It's like it's not as big as I need it to be, but yet I don't have the space to get a bigger refrigerator because of the layout
Right.
of my kitchen, the way that is. Um,
Hmm.
I do. I'm just like, I need bulk stuff. These kids eat. They
It
eat.
is it is good for that because you can just get a bunch of stuff, and I definitely want to support Costco because they support
I
us.
was
So
gonna say, Costco, we love you. And again, I have a membership. I pay for that membership
yeah,
and I don't
so
go.
you should definitely go. Yeah, I guess, but
Literally,
if
literally
when you
right
get
over
more
here.
space, because where would you put it though? That's the thing.
Girl, nowhere. I would be using it like a makeshift bed, like in the living room. Like, what's all of this? Oh, that's just all my boxed up Costco
You
stuff to share
people are
now.
like, are you taking a nap on packages of toilet paper? There's
Literally,
nothing
there's
to
some
see
fruit
here.
snacks over here, just right by your head. Just pull them out and then put the blanket back over. Like, yeah, like there's literally nowhere to put. Nowhere.
That is so funny that you would. Yeah, I think if you don't have space, and that's another thing here. I don't really shop there that often because I
No.
don't have space for a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Um, it just takes up a lot of space and where I'll be playing
Yeah.
Tetris with,
I know. I know.
yeah.
I know.
But yeah,
This
that's
is
the way. That's the way. Mm.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like even now it's like I would like to move to a larger space, of course. But then I keep thinking, Messiah's getting ready to leave in 3 years. Like
Right.
he won't even be he's getting ready to leave in 3 years. And it's like it will literally just be me and Yui. It's
Yeah.
only gonna be the two of us. And I'm just like, well, if it's just the two of us, do I still need a bunch of space? I don't know. It's like trying to
You
stay
might not even go through all that stuff.
right. It's
Yeah.
like trying to stay present, but yet still planning for the future. Like trying to keep things in
Right.
the back of my head. Like, okay, what's the best move? What's not the best move? I feel like you're always doing that as a parent, though. You're
Oh
constantly,
yeah, definitely. Definitely.
you
You're
know,
always doing that for sure. I feel like that's something that you're always like, what is the next step? Like,
right, right,
um, yeah, it is a lot that you have to kind of reconsider and reassess as time passes because you're like, well, will we need all this? Will I need all this space or not? I definitely think since living here, I've become more accustomed to not having a lot of space.
Right.
And I used to really miss like front yards and big gardens. But
Mhm.
then when you have big gardens, you have to, or backyards, you have to maintain all that.
Yeah.
And, if that's something you don't have time to do, it could be quite stressful. You got to hire someone or,
Yeah.
whatnot. So that's something I miss, but I don't miss having myself over here. But I do wish I had a little bit more space.
No, I feel you. I definitely like I even for myself it's like um I wish I had like an outdoor space, not even necessarily having a yard, but having a
Like a
um
balcony
balcony,
or
and a
like a deck,
balcony
yeah.
where you can really access it. Cause I've seen balconies where like, yeah, you can stand out there, but that's all you can do. You can't sit, you
Mhm.
can't put a chair because it's so small, it's literally the functionality is more, I think, just to kind of air things out more than anything. It's like, no, I would
Yeah.
like a balcony that acts as a balcony. Like I could sit out there, we could eat out there, I could
Yeah, that would be
grow some
nice.
plants out there, like those types of things. Like I definitely go back and forth and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, there are specific things that I think I'm like, no, I want this, let me make it happen. Let me do what I have to do. Let me do my research kind of thing.
Mhm.
Um but yeah, then at the same time, it's like, also being a former homeowner, I remember like having to do everything. It's like
You had a
that.
huge backyard before.
I like not having to take care of the maintenance. I like not having to cut grass or pay somebody to cut grass, or oh, now the grass is too high, so now you're getting complaints, or oh god, I just fixed the window, but now the gutters need to be done. Like it's
There's so
constant,
many things, yeah.
constant, constant upkeep. And this is for a house. I mean, I think of course anything that you own, there's going to be maintenance, but definitely like owning a home and owning a large home, the maintenance was just, it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
It was super duper overwhelming, and
Yeah.
not having, you know, the financial means to like keep up with that. It's like you can only do one thing at a time, but like, the one thing that I need is like, okay, do I pick the window or do I pick the siding? Do I pick the siding or do I pick the backyard? Do I pick it was like constantly
Yeah.
having to do that. So, um,
I definitely think it is sometimes have owning a house can be like a money pit. Um, at least I think in the States, it's if you have like rental properties or well, you could make a whole video about renting. I'm
oh,
not
the
laughing, but I remember
drama,
the
the
drama you went
drama.
through trying to
That
rent your house out. That
y'all,
was
that is a whole nother episode. That will be a special episode, a bonus
for real.
episode of my experience with the tenants from hell.
Mm,
And yeah, just that whole experience was oh yeah. Anyway, that's a
yeah, I
bonus
think
episode, y'all.
your bonus
Bonus
episode.
episode.
I think a lot of people experience stuff like that, like when you have the upkeep, the renting, and then if you have an older house or
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes even with newer homes, there's like a lot of unfortunately situations where I've seen where people have cut corners and they didn't really realize until
yeah.
they got in the house and they're like, what
House.
in the world?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, there's so many
Yeah.
things.
I definitely I know that I will own again
Hmm.
somewhere down the line. Um and I'm grateful for my experience because now kind of I feel like when I bought my house, I don't want to say I went into it blindly, but it was like, okay, there's a house. Okay, I'm able to finance to buy the house, and this is the house that I love. And it was the house that I love.
Hmm.
It's up on the wall right here, painting by Mickey Harmon, rest his soul. Um, But going forward now, and especially at my age, um, I definitely know, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. Like, I
Hmm.
kind of know what to expect now, instead of, oh, I got the house now. This is great. Yay. And it's like, no, no, that's not all that it's about. So, you know,
I think that's something they should teach in school. Like,
oh my gosh, I
there's so
wish.
many things that I'm just like, I wish they would teach this instead of this. That's
Girl,
something that people need to learn
you know
about,
what?
like everything that's encompassed in home buying.
That.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. When people are like, oh, well, you can take classes. And I'm like, no, it starts
Yeah.
young. You need to
Yeah.
teach them young. And here's the thing. It's like, I am very open with my children when it comes to mistakes that I have made, because I always tell my kids, I want you to learn from my mistakes. I'm not going to keep things from you. I'm not going to divulge into to great detail, or but I have no qualms, about letting my kids know when I've messed up or when I made a
Mhm.
bad decision, and I definitely feel like they should be learning how to buy property in high school, starting middle school, high school. This is the process of buying a home. This is the process of opening a business. This is the
Yeah.
process of paying taxes. This
Oh,
is what
definitely.
happens
Because
when,
that,
and
oh,
then even breaking it down from there. This is what it's like when you're in this tax bracket. This is what happens when you're in this tax bracket. This is what happens when you're, what I'm saying? Like, I feel like things that you truly, truly, truly need to know about life and society, that needs to be taught in school, and it's not.
yeah.
I feel like those essential things make you a better member of society. It makes you a better member in your community because you have knowledge about how to maintain that community, your home and all of that. And that's a part of a community, and then
Right.
larger scale, Um, what else do I wish they
They
would?
used to they used to do that when I was in school. And this may have been a Catholic school thing, I don't know, but they used to have the invest in the stock market. It was fake, but you were playing like a stock market game, and that was really fun. And I felt like I learned a lot from that. I don't know if that's something they still do now or they have that in the States, but I think it was around like fifth or sixth grade.
I feel like
We played like a stock market type
market
game.
game. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like I don't honestly, I don't remember doing anything like that. I remember
Mhm.
hearing other people having
Yeah.
experiences like that. But that's what I mean. I feel like these are things that should be across the board,
Right.
not a school here, not a school there. I'm like, if we have to
Yeah.
learn reading, writing, arithmetic, um,
But they don't teach cursive anymore. Is that true?
apparently not. Now, one thing I
Or is
know,
it state by state?
it's state by state. I think it's
Okay.
school by school.
Mhm.
My kids were taught cursive, thank goodness. And even the teacher said, like, it's not a part of the curriculum, but I put it in.
Oh,
I
wow.
made
Okay.
that choice. There are teachers who don't do it,
Mhm.
So that's another thing. I mean, there's so many things that I feel specifically, like here in America, need an overhaul, and dismantling the Department of Education is not a wise decision in that overhaul. It's not. But of course, people who are not teachers are making these decisions, and I think that's the
Mhm.
problem right there. I feel like every department should have expertise from that
That
particular
department.
subject.
Yeah.
It's
In
like, if you're
subject matter experts.
right, if
Yeah.
you're in the Department of Education, you must be an educator. Like, you must be a teacher.
Yeah.
And I
I
mean,
definitely think
an
that's
active
important.
teacher, in order to, that kind of thing. If you're in the Department of Health, you should be a doctor or a nurse or some kind of
Some sort of
practitioner
medical
and stuff. Like
expertise.
you
Yeah.
can't just be like, you know what
That's
I
like me. They have me coming in and just taking over, and I'm like,
yeah.
I don't even know,
And I'm just
or
like,
someone,
well,
yeah.
girl, put some Robitussin on it. Wipe
Yeah,
your
I mean, what did they
bathroom.
say? Vicks on your feet, and then
Vic,
drink a
a
ginger
ginger
ale.
ale. It's
Like
it's nice.
that's the solution, folks. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's very interesting. I will say though, I do have some friends that used to live here and they moved back to the States specifically because of how good this is, prior to the current administration, because it was quite a while ago. But they said how good the assistance for special needs or special education is in the elementary schools in the United States. So they went back to the US specifically to get, help for their kids in those fields, in those areas. I don't know how it will be now with all the
Right.
changes,
Right.
but just things of like moving, your kid to a classroom where they have more time to take a test and stuff. That's not really a thing I've heard in Japanese schools. Like
Yeah.
you make it or you don't,
Yeah.
kind
It
of.
was definitely it. That was something I think that
Hmm.
was a priority. Um, in past administrations, and again, unfortunately, the current administration is dismantling all of that and getting
Oh
rid of all of
wow.
that and targeting all of that. So, you get what you voted for. That's my thing, because I know of a specific special needs teacher who voted against her, not only her interests but the interests of her students, and it's like, you complaining about it now, but that's what you voted for.
That's what you chose. Wow.
You chose this, so
Well,
you have
maybe,
no
sometimes
right to
we
complain.
want something and maybe we don't know that's what we didn't really want. And maybe those people are having buyer's remorse
No, she
now.
knew. She knew. All
Um,
of them knew. They all knew. They just didn't think it was going to affect them, and that's really what it is. That's really what it comes down to. It's like you thought it was going to affect other people and not you.
mm,
And that's
yeah.
why you voted the way you voted.
It's wild though. If a lot of that stuff happens, I it's going to be interesting because I will say in a lot of the stuff, for example, about I would say maybe like World War II and other very controversial topics like the rape of Nanking or like Mao's little red book and stuff like that. I learned that in like the later years of high school and college. But some people I've met in Japan don't even know about those things because they're not taught it in school or they're taught only one side.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that I really appreciate from the States is that when I was in school, and this is, decades ago, but you learn, maybe not when you're young, but as you get older, you
Yeah.
learn and you have great teachers, you learn about what really happened on the side of history. Now, technically, the winner gets to tell the history as they want it, but there are a lot of grown adult Japanese people that, you know, don't know about some of the atrocities that were done during war by their own country
I was gonna say.
or their neighboring countries, or things they just don't know. And it's like mind blowing. Or even just about how like World War II technically started,
Right.
They some people think that, one day we just decided to do something and it was done. And it's like,
Right.
no, there was a build up.
I was
There
gonna
was a
say
build up,
there was
you
a lot
know.
of build up. There
There's
was
a lot
a
of
lot of
build up
build
on both sides, on several sides. So,
up.
and then, just, in the politics world, there are just a lot of young people that are not interested in politics over here. They
Mm,
have no
mm,
interest. They don't even vote. They don't
mm.
even care. So, when it gets really heated up for Americans, especially abroad, you'll see different groups coming out and posting on Facebook and saying, you can vote from abroad, come to your embassy, you can mail your ballot in here. There's certain things that you can do, to make sure your vote counts and da 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 da. And I encountered some like Japanese friends that were just like, "Oh, it's such a really big deal for you guys. Like they don't even know the process of how to vote in Japan.
Mm.
They don't even know how their system works." And I'm just like, wow. So I think they are very just detached.
Yeah,
Um,
gonna say. I think
yeah.
that's. I think also it doesn't help that really, I mean, Japan is still very isolated. I
That
tell
is
people
true.
all the time, like, they forget it's an island country. It's the size of what? California. That's the whole
Yeah.
country. It's like, and it's in the middle of the freaking ocean. Like, it's like, it's so isolated, and it's easy to detach.
Yeah, that's
It is
true.
when it's just you. It's so easy to detach. It's so easy to stay ignorant, not on
Mhm.
purpose, but it's easier to be complacent. And I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. I do. I understand why people don't get involved. Ooh, I understand why people don't know. I understand why, I get it.
Hmm.
Is it right? Is it wrong? That's not really for me to say, but I
Right.
understand why. And then specifically the younger demographic is like that,
Hmm. Yeah, that's
like it's not
true.
affecting me right now, like it again, it goes back to like, well, it doesn't affect me, so you know
Yeah, that's very
whatever.
true. That's, I guess, yeah. It doesn't affect me, so why should I be concerned,
Exactly.
you know? Well, that's
Exactly.
kind of
So
sad if you think about it. I
it
think
is.
there's so many things. But also, I guess there are a lot of things going on in the world. So it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
again, like this and then this is hitting us from this way.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the news in the morning. They were talking about India and Pakistan. I was like, can we get some a couple weeks,
No.
a month of
No.
no drama anywhere.
No. It would be nice. That's why I'm like, it's crazy because at one point I was like, just bring back COVID. Everybody
That
just
You
stay
know
in the house.
what? When we had COVID, people were just at home making TikToks. Let's go
Literally,
back to that.
just stay in the house, y'all. I think we
That
just need everybody back in the house. That maybe that's what it is. We all just need to be back in the house because obviously we can't play nicely. All of us, like, we can't. I think everybody just needs to go back in the house for like
Mhm.
3 months. 3 months, I think that would do it. Gonna clear up some pollution because you can't get in your car. Guess what? No, they shutting it down. Or,
Yes.
all of that. And maybe have a timeout. I think the world in general just needs another timeout because y'all don't
Mhm.
play nice.
Go to
And
the corner.
gotta send you to your corner. Stay in there until I tell
Mhm.
you to come out.
Exactly.
I think,
Don't come out until I tell you you can come out. It
yeah.
needs to, I think, yeah, because there's just so many things, and so I do appreciate, like, sometimes the Japanese news where they're just telling us, okay, rainy season is coming earlier than
Uh,
usual,
I
and I'm like, oh,
wish.
okay, okay,
To only have to worry about there's a loose
rainy.
monkey in the train station.
Right, the loose monkey in the train station. I
Oh,
mean, recently there have been a lot of stabbings. I'm not gonna
that's
say
what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
because a
Yeah,
lot is really not a lot, but there's
yeah.
been more stuff happening. But for the most part, a lot of the news is focused on, other countries and how
Country.
their
Yeah,
policies will affect us.
yeah.
But it is nice, at the end, if you watch the 30-minute news that comes on weeknights, is real quick, so they don't focus on anything that long. And then at the end, they're like, rainy season will come sooner than usual. And my favorite weatherman, he's like, just be careful, make sure you have your umbrella, you might be caught out in the
Uh,
rain. And I'm like, oh,
these
thank
are
you,
the
King
things I miss.
Parasito.
These are the things I miss, y'all. And again, you all have heard me say it multiple times that no country is perfect, and
Oh
it's not.
no.
Everybody's got their issues, but let me tell you, it's so nice to be somewhere where just nothing's happening. Not just it's calm. It's just
At
oh
least
my
the stuff
god,
that does happen, we can't really control, like the
control. Yeah,
earthquakes. I was
right.
just like, Shore was saying, if we have an earthquake anytime soon, knock on wood, we don't
I
want one. I'm not putting that into the
was
universe.
gonna say don't put it out there.
She was like, there's a lot of stuff that you're gonna have to pick up. And I was like, okay, that's a perfect reason why we need to get organized and get cleaned up.
Yeah,
But it's like stuff we can't control, like North Korea
right.
shooting missiles and earthquakes, typhoons,
Yeah,
things like that, which
yeah.
is kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still quite far from my family and friends, so that
Yeah,
kind of sucks.
we miss you.
Yeah,
We miss
so and then nobody really wants to get on that flight and fly over.
you. Girl, I'm getting on a flight.
You will, but other people are like, "Oh,
Ooh,
how
that's
long is it?"
far. I'm like,
They're
oh,
like, "Oh, how many
uh,
times do I have to
how
transfer? How
long?
long is
Oh
it?"
my God.
Yes,
Stop
yes.
over? What am I supposed to do on the plane? Yeah, I know.
Sleep,
That's what
sleep,
I would get all the time. So what do you do on the plane? Sleep?
sleep,
That's what you do on a plane? Sleep. I
sleep,
might
or
watch a movie
either
here and there. Sleep.
you sleep or you watch movies. I feel
Yeah.
like you can watch, some good movies.
Play my Nintendo Switch, you know.
Oh
Might write in my journal, go back to sleep. I wake up when they are serving food, go back
yeah,
to sleep. I don't know. Like, yeah. That's pretty
that's
much what
true.
I do on an airplane. So read a book,
Read a book for
educate
sure. There's a
yourself.
lot
Yeah.
of there's a lot of books that you could read for
I was
sure.
gonna
I think.
say practice your Japanese on the way, so at
Mhm,
least you can get a
mhm.
little basic things going on, you know?
That is true. You can
Yeah,
do that. You can do that.
yeah,
There's a lot of stuff. But I
yeah,
guess it's just like sitting there stationary for so long. And I guess as you get older, that is harder, I guess, to do
yeah.
maybe. I don't know. But I enjoy it. I'm like, ooh, thank you. Time to just I've been watching some good movies too on the plane, reading some books. You get through like 3 books while you're on there, or however many books you can get
Yeah.
through. I enjoy it. But well, I guess that's it. I mean, I don't have any okazu for today either. I was trying to think
I'll do
of like
today.
some little tidbits, but I guess thinking about when you come back for your next trip, you
Yeah,
already have, well, I guess still because we already have like what you're going to do and what you want to get.
yeah.
But I guess maybe your top items that you have to get when you come to Japan, like you cannot
Okay,
leave here without.
okay.
I know when we come home, we have to bring like rice and
Mm,
furikake
mm.
and basically rice furikake and like the canned salmon, the jarred salmon, because the rice in the states is so pasa pasa.
Yeah,
It's like totally different from the rice that they eat
very
here.
much so.
So
Yeah.
we bring like food stuff with us that we're used to. But what is the stuff that you take back with you from Japan? You
Um,
got to, like, if you don't go anywhere, you got to get this.
I'm always gonna get snacks. Like
Okay.
that, like I was going in on my son when he went by himself because he brought back no snacks. He brought back 20,000 notebooks and pens, but brought back no snacks. And I was like,
He
oh,
he
and I'm
wasn't thinking about the
I'm like,
snacks.
so, and I'm looking at the notebooks. I'm like, oh, this is great. And I was like, so where the snacks at? He's like, huh? I was like, I told you in the airport to get the snacks. Didn't get the snacks. I
It
will
was so
always
funny too because he brought my spices and we met up. We had such a great time. I wasn't even thinking about those spices. I didn't even remember until later when he or
yep.
you messaged me. I was like, oh yeah, I did ask for those spices.
I was gonna say, see,
We were having such a good time. We were looking at pens and pencils and notebooks and
he brought it all back.
mhm,
Every stationery you could think of, but no snacks.
yeah.
So I will always want Japanese snacks. Always, always, always. I will also, just like my son, want stationery. I'm gonna get
Okay.
notebooks. I'm gonna get pens. I'm gonna get
Okay.
stickers. I have so many stickers. Like I like putting stickers on little notes that I send to the teacher, little
Yeah.
invitations, letters that I write. Like I will get Japanese stationery up the wazoo. Like I'm probably gonna. I have a bunch, and I'm still probably gonna get more. Probably gonna
Okay.
get and then I think after that, for me, it would probably be two things together. Like I do love my matcha. I'm a matcha girl.
Ah, okay.
Give me my
Okay.
tea. Give me my matcha. Give me my tea. But I'll get different varieties. I won't
Mhm.
just get the, oh, this is pure matcha. I'll get the matcha latte. I like just Japanese tea in general. Like I'll just buy a bunch of tea from almost everywhere. And face mask. Give me a mask. Give me
Ah.
give me a mask. I feel like, um like the Korean reality shows where like I have to put the mask on every day. Like I'll be walking around looking all crazy. My kids are like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm a mask on. Put your mask on. Hey, mask
Yeah,
on."
no, I feel that. I
Yes.
feel that.
So
That kind of stuff. Yeah, definitely.
those
Definitely. I don't
things.
know. From the States, give me all the spices,
Mm,
all the spices, all the seasonings,
mm.
all of them, all of them, all the sauces. I miss
Oh
the barbecue
yeah.
sauce. I miss the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh, I should bring you
Hmm.
some Chick-fil-A. So you got some still?
Chick-fil-A sauce. I still have
Yeah.
some
Okay.
that in the fridge.
Okay.
But yeah, my when I went to visit my brother, he hipped me to like some of the local sauces, the
Okay.
truff sauce and the different hot sauces. I miss that stuff. But yeah, no, I feel you. You can get all of this at Don Quixote. So
Dun dun dun
if you feel like
donkey.
sponsoring, go ahead.
Right. Donkey. Oh, dad. What's the rest of it, boo boo? What's the rest of it?
When you're in there, it's just so loud. It's like
The
sensory
donkey.
overload.
Dun dun dun. Donkey. Donkey. Oh, dad.
Not have Messiah singing the song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
the
yeah. Okay.
oh any other time he would tell me the lyrics. Today.
Yeah, I think like every time I go in there,
It's
I just want to
donkey.
turn
Ooh.
all those CD players, all those speakers off. I'm just like, this store is
Yeah.
too loud.
I mean, you're
And
right. It's super overstimulating. Like it is. It's very
yes,
overstimulating. Anybody who has sensory issues, please don't go to Donkey because you'll probably end up having a damn panic attack. Please don't. Just don't do it. Take everybody's word for it. Don't go in there. I feel the same way about Big Camera too. Like Big Camera,
yes. I
that
never
can
go
be
there though. But
very
yeah,
overstimulating like if you have sensory issues, but like Donkey number one, like you will literally have some kind of attack, and then people be like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, I had a nervous breakdown in Japan because I went into Don Quixote and it was just too overstimulating." Like if you can't do it, just leave it be. Just leave it be. Send somebody else
that's
in there
true.
for you.
And get it.
Yeah. You can always go to the convenience store. Even
You can get a lot of stuff.
sometimes.
Yeah, the convenience stores
Oh,
too.
here he go playing donkey.
Yeah, that's crazy, Messiah.
I
There
love
is a
that
lot. There's
song
definitely a lot. I'm so mad that you're happy to hear that song. Like, I know, no.
because I don't live there anymore.
Oh
These
my
are the
God,
little things
no.
that I
I'm just
miss.
like, no. And
Oh,
there was a commercial that
okay.
Bruno Mars did, and he was dancing in the aisles, and we
Yes,
all said, "What
yes.
Don Quixote is he dancing in?" Because none of those aisles are
No,
that big.
no. The aisles are like this big. Like you
There,
literally
you have to turn
walk
sideways to let
this
other people
way.
pass. You know?
And my hair will still get caught on something. Like
Yes,
if I did not
yes.
have braids, like it would get caught on something. But yeah, it's super over. Although you know what, some of the drugstores are super overstimulating too because they're packed. Like I know what is it?
Matsukiyo.
Matsumoto Kiyoshi. Same. I always feel like I went to get um like a mask covering, like not a skincare, but like just the cover because Yui was sick. Went to
Hmm.
get her some. When I tell you, it was just like, where am I going?
Yeah,
There's too much stuff. What am I getting? Oh my gosh, this is on sale. Should I get this? Why did I come in
yeah.
here?
That's
I want
another
to get
thing. They will have stuff that you're like, maybe I need this, maybe I don't, maybe I do, maybe I
yes,
can't find this anywhere else. And
yes.
then Matsukiyo has a whole like snack area too of like various snacks that I
See,
hadn't
I see
seen.
the snacks. I was just downstairs and
No,
I
so
was up down there. It was
let me
so
tell you. So
over.
I will be like, I'm only going here for three things. Three things. That's it. That's all I'm getting. I'm only getting these three. And they'll also have the stuff that you can't really find other places, like particular brands or a certain style of mask. So yeah, I get that too. But I Matsukiyo, I feel like I'm able to like maybe because it's brighter and there's no music playing.
That's true. You're right about that.
I think the
There's
music
no
irritates me.
playing. Right, you're right about that. There's no music, but it's just I feel like how you talk about Donkey being like wall to wall. That's how I feel about Matsumoto
Yeah.
Kiyoshi. Like it's just wall to wall. You still gotta kind of shimmy your way down the aisle, and don't let somebody be over there where like, oh, I can't walk around them. I gotta walk all the
Yeah.
way back over here to get like that's a lot. But at the same time, it's like, oh, I really need this. Oh, I didn't need this, but I'll buy 3 of these because it's on sale. Like,
Yeah, that they got me that way too. I was like, "Oh,
always
I didn't need this, but
didn't
it's on
need it, but
sale."
I'll get it anyway. I'll figure it out. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. Well, I
Yeah.
can't wait for you guys to come. So,
I
yay!
know. Then I'll be
Exciting,
broke
exciting.
again and spend all my money in Japan and be broke again.
It's okay. These experiences are what,
It
you
is. It's
share, and that's the most important thing.
the experiences and my face mask and my skincare. Like I'm already dreaming about my rice face wash. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get like 3 of those while I'm there. Already planning it
For
out.
sure, for sure, for sure. So until next time, you guys, this has been Collard Greens and Sushi.
Bye, y'all. I
Please
promise my
like, subscribe.
see you
Yes.
next time. Promise. Promise.
See you. Bye.
Bye.